How do you prepare the youth for uncertainty? And it's interesting because a lot of the skills that people historically honed in on are no longer relevant in this current market that we're in. It's a skills market that we're currently in. The things that people historically valued are no longer being valued now. So if you are a young person who is at the infancy of their career, what are some of the things that you should even be focusing on? It's a really good question to ask. And in some of the conversations, I mean, people were very helpful, I believe, in highlighting some of those skills that the youth can work on now that will help them in the future. And for me, and of course, our work at Seize the Light, we're so much into like mindfulness and mental health for this very reason. Because if your mental health is not sound or in a good place, it's very difficult for you to see your future with clarity or with positivity. And unfortunately, there's a little bit of a trigger warning, but there were a few stories that also came out of the conference, also the summit, sorry, rather, of people who have unalived themselves because they haven't been able to climb the career ladder, even just starting out. They haven't really been able to find their place, and it makes our work important. But of course, it's saddening because, as I say, I think there isn't much support and direction coming from people and places that it should be coming from. And I think I commend the World Bank on having a very transparent conversation, because usually I think these things are very opaque, and you don't necessarily know how to access certain opportunities or what certain institutions do and how they all play and intersect together. But I think in them coming out and having these conversations and explaining all the pillars within their organizations and all the opportunities that can be accessed, I think those are the kind of conversations that we need to be having, so that people can at least at the very least understand what are some of the opportunities that can be accessed if they have obviously the right qualification and skill set. So I think everybody seems to be reconciled on the fact that entrepreneurship is going to be the saving grace for the youth. And I don't mean to laugh, but I just think that a lot of people underestimate what it means to be in business, because factually, we are in a market or an economic environment where there have been players operating within those markets without much competition for about 150 years. So you as a founder emerging into those markets and trying to gain your market share, it is going to be extremely difficult. I'm never a person that sets people up. I always set them up for success. So I always tell both sides of the story. I'd rather not say, oh, like, if you have an idea or you're passionate about something, set it up and go on about your way. I think it's important for us to always tell people about the good parts and the bad parts so that people are prepared. And again, that comes into that preparing the youth for tomorrow. So a bit of, I guess, a bit of founder advice for those that think I want to get into my own ventures.